Hey guys, Toby here from Huddle Fitness. Man, starting the day out right, the afternoon, it is like 35 degrees. Frozen Coke is a must. Kiwi lime from McDonald's delivering the goods. So what we're going to go through today is rest breaks. So hypertrophy rest breaks, 1 minute to 1 minute 30, basically for hypertrophy, that rep range 8 to 12, and then strength gains, basically lifting like below 8 repetitions, 3 to 5 minutes. All right, guys, let's crack in. Let's talk about rest breaks. All right, so most people know, people be like, oh, hypertrophy rep range between 1 to 2, 1 to 3 minutes, strength gains 3 to 5, and usually do lower reps. Hypertrophy, you do higher reps, okay? So a lot of things people don't know, hypertrophy is generally related to volume. So the sets times reps times weight, and then times your weekly volume. So whether you're working out each muscle group a few times a week. So that, or like that whole multiplication of everything. So basically the reps, the sets, the weight times how many times you did that a week, that equals basically your volume. And the way you grow muscle is to add onto that volume. And also, so that's basically called progressive overload. So if you're progressively overloading, like majority of the time, like in some sort of periodized model, then you're gonna grow muscle. So consistency, so that's what it is, consistency. That's what's gonna help you grow muscle, okay? So, but it's different with strength gains, okay? So strength gains, not more so focused on the volume aspect, more so focused on the intensity with increasing volume a little bit, all right? So not so big, like maybe like a couple of 100 kilos per week, more so small increments, maybe of like 200 or 300 kilo increments per week. Anyway, that's getting real in depth to like concurrent periodization, wave loading, and like different types of periodization. But in regards to this video, what we're going to talk about mainly is rest breaks. So the people that you see sitting around on their phones, just like, oh yeah, Facebook, Tinder swiping in between their breaks.
It's like, oh yeah, Facebook, Tinder swiping in between their breaks.
Basically, there is a bit of logic to it. So,
I'm fresh out loose. If they want the drama, got the ooze. Ship the whole crew to the cruise. Doing shit you don't even see in movies. Ride with me, boss. I got a hard head, but her ass up. She want the last name with the ring on it. Cause I pulled out $1 million cash, told her frank on it.
When you're looking at hypertrophy, so the sets times the weight, sets times the reps, reps times sets times weight. So if the longer break you have, like within reason, trying to be in the gym in and out within like 45 minutes or an hour and a half, having a 2 to 5 minute break is beneficial. Obviously, if you're doing smaller muscle groups, the shorter break, so say you're supersetting bicep curls with tricep push downs, like you can definitely get away with just having like a minute break in between those exercises, even 30 seconds, because like it's accessory work. Like there's not heaps and heaps of blood flow that goes to that, because it's mainly isolation work, generally 1 to 2 different types of muscle groups. But
I said too much, I know you're mine to lose. I had some dreams and said some things to you.
Taking into account like compound exercises like deadlifts, squats, bench press, which are primarily like an upper body or a full body exercise, or lower body. So are very taxing on your central nervous system and your energy levels, and so it's going to take a little while to recoup and gather yourself. So basically, if you, instead of like trying to smash it out like 30 seconds to 1 minute, like every minute on, every minute off, CrossFit style, just have a longer break. Like this is basically for people who want to look good naked, also mainly focusing on their physique and want to continuously improve. So you want to get stronger and you want to get bigger. So you got to have like bigger rest breaks. And you can mix this around. So Personally, what the literature says here from 2 minutes or more for strength, for the best ideal strength adaptations, giving that you are training correctly, is the best of strength adaptations. 2 minutes, all right? So generally I'd say 3 to 5, just because it, like if you are lifting like below 5 reps, it takes a long time to back that up and do those reps with good form and put all your effort in like this.
Feeling like I'm fresh out booze. If they want the drama, got the ooze. Ship the whole crew to the cruise. Doing shit you don't even see in movies. Ride with me, boss.
So, and then you've got like hypertrophy, so 8 to 12 reps. Generally can get away with like a minute to a minute and a half break in between. That's if you're not going to failure. If you're going to failure, you might want to add on an extra 30 seconds to a minute. So like these are all guidelines, but for like this study shows, or when I say study, it should be studies because it's a metadata analysis. So they've pulled a lot of studies together, and this is the best outcome that they've come gathering all this information together is 2 minutes. So if you want to improve your strength, stay away from training till failure specifically. So back off, maybe just stop 1 rep before failure and train in the lower rep ranges and try to slowly increase your weight each week and have long rest breaks, not short rest breaks, okay? Because it's going to take a long time for like your glycogen levels to replenish. So generally for replenishment, you're looking anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. So like for the bros that are in the gym sitting on their phones perceived to be doing fuck all, if they're lifting heavy and they have like a good periodization model, like they are slowly increasing their weights, they're not doing the same exercises when the same weight week in, week out, then like if they're in the long game, they're going to grow muscle. Like the byproduct of that consistency and that effort and slowly increasing the weight is muscle. Like they're going to get stronger, they're going to get big. This is what people don't kind of understand. So they think they got to like high intensity build muscle, like you got to smash yourself, like no breaks, short breaks are the best. Generally it's not, okay? So as I said, like muscle hypertrophy, muscle growth, gains, getting stronger is related to that volume. And when we talk intensity, I'm talking lower reps, close to your 1 rep max. And they're your strength adaptations. So over 2 minutes, that's when you're going to get stronger. So the literature just says 2 minutes for strength gains. Personally, I like to mix it up. On the smaller isolation exercise, bicep curls, tricep push downs, skull crushes, like lateral raises, man, like 30-second break in between. So pretty much putting the weight down, picking another weight up, straight into it. So that kind of stuff, smaller breaks. And when you're doing the compound exercise, the deadlifts, the squats, the shoulder press, the pull-ups, 2 minute break, all right? So yeah, so you want to increase muscle and strength. You mix those rest periods up. That's personally what I like to do. There's not a lot of data that supports that, but personally, I found like it makes your sessions shorter, it makes them intense, like you get a good pump on because you're roughly training till failure, especially in that isolation work, failure on that muscle group, failure on that muscle group, and then if you're doing face pulls or pull-ups going till failure, I like that feeling of like the pump as well as getting in the right amount of intensity and volume and always consistently trying to push myself. So that's the aspect that I love about it. The literature in regards to supporting that, having concurrent rest breaks. So what I mean by concurrent is having a mixture of big rest breaks or small rest breaks isn't completely there, but there is a little bit there that supports it. Even in that study, that note down the bottom that that having some sort of concurrent periodization is supported, but it's not 100%. So it is 100% for those strength gains. So for strength gains, 2 minute break, 2 minutes to 5 minutes, okay? So if you've ever done strongman or you've done like as many reps as possible in CrossFit or done any powerlifting or something, especially you go in, you lift, you have a break, you recover. So it's basic resistance training. It's not like a mixture of cardio, and do as much as you can in a short amount of time. Like we're in this for the long game, so we're like trying to avoid injury and trying to do everything with like strict form, focusing on the eccentric movements and the concentric, slow down, fast up, and loading the weight and then progressively increasing that each week. So I've kind of attacked a few different areas. So the biggest takeaway is that like the bros have pretty much been right all along with like having 2 to 5 minute rest breaks for strength gains and 1 to 2 minutes roughly for hypertrophy gains. But like you have to take it take it as it is. It's just a guideline. So if you're feeling good, straight back into it. If you're feeling a little bit under the weather, how you going, have a little bit of a longer rest break, recover, and then try focus on the more reps or the more sets, or whatever kind of way you're trying to increase. So if you can't do a specific weight, drop the weight down a bit and do more reps. That's another form of progressive overload, and you're increasing your volume. So don't more so focus on a lot on a time under tension. Focus more on like good form, good time under tension. So like 1, 2, 3 down, press up real quick. You don't have to like hold, just more so focus on the sets and reps and working each muscle group out to 2 to 3 times a week. That's like, honestly, they're the biggest takeaways I can give you guys. All right, if you have any comments or anything, leave them below. Subscribe and like as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.